Hey everybody, so it's time for NHL Picks of the Week. This week, gonna be a little bit different because we have a short week in the NHL, so I will not be picking the full slate of 5 games this week. Instead, I am going to do 3 because there are only games on Sunday through Wednesday because of the All-Star break. So, only 3 picks this week. There's not a whole lot of games to choose from, which actually made this a little bit harder than it normally is because you just don't have the sheer number of games to try and pick a good matchup to try and call. So, we'll get into it. We'll see how I do. For those of you keeping up and that watch this every week, my record for the season is now 54-24 after a very solid 4-1 week last week. It was nice after a couple 3-2 weeks, it was nice to get back to that 4-win level. Obviously perfect weeks are hard to come by in the very difficult to predict NHL. But 4-1 I think is a pretty solid record. And I think my season record is, I'm really, I don't like to pump my own tires, so to say, but I do think the season record is coming along very, very nicely so far this season. But anyway, before we start, I just want to remind everyone to please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Both of those things really, really help out the channel. And let's get into my picks for this week. So, my first pick comes from today. I got to get this video up quickly because this game is at 12:30. I have Pittsburgh over Boston today on the 19th. Boston won at home Thursday night last week. Now Pittsburgh and Boston are playing again. Pittsburgh, I think, is too good of a team to let Boston win, 2 in a row against them like that. It's in Pittsburgh. They're at home. Given what I've seen recently from the Bruins and what I've seen from the Penguins, I don't see Boston beating them again. This one, difficult pick, but I'm going with Pittsburgh at home, not to lose twice in a row to the Bruins. I think Pittsburgh gets it done on home ice, and those two very evenly matched, very good teams will end up splitting the last 2 games between them, which I think does make the most sense. Moving on to tomorrow night, Monday the 20th, I have Colorado over Detroit. This is just sheer Colorado, obviously the much, much better team. Colorado is at home. I do not see a 12-win Detroit Red Wings team going into Colorado and winning, there. I don't see them doing that. Colorado, is fighting with Dallas for that second spot in the Central Division, so they need points. And Colorado, you've got to beat teams like the Detroit Red Wings if you're going to be a good team in the NHL. And Colorado is a very, very good team this year, so I think they get the job done against Detroit. And my final pick comes from Wednesday night. I have the Columbus Blue Jackets over the Winnipeg Jets. This is just based on teams playing well and teams not playing well right now. Columbus currently on a 4-game win streak. We don't know if that will be still intact come Wednesday, but Columbus has been playing very, very good hockey the last few weeks. They've actually pulled themselves into a playoff spot for right now, which is kind of surprising to me, given where I picked them to finish before the season started. But Columbus has been a lot better than I thought they would be, and they're playing really, really well right now. Winnipeg, not so much. They've kind of struggled over the last couple of weeks. They've fallen out of a playoff spot in the Western Conference. They've not won a whole lot of games recently. So, given the fact that Columbus is hot and Winnipeg is not, I am going with the Columbus Blue Jackets at home over the Winnipeg Jets on Wednesday, the last night of games before the All-Star break. So, those are my picks for this week. We'll see how I do. Kind of tough to pick this week just because there weren't that many games to choose from. We'll see what my record looks like at the end of the week. But my overall record for the season, 54-24. I'd say this year is going pretty well as far as game picks are concerned. And we'll see if this week adds to the record or makes it worse this season. But I've got Pittsburgh over Boston today, Colorado over Detroit tomorrow, and Columbus over Winnipeg on Wednesday. Those are my 3 picks of the week. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.